vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Vaping with the Ohmies.
Welcome everybody, welcome to the show. Let me introduce you to some dudes in case you don't know. First we got Aziz all the way from Kuwait. Always got a point when it's time for debate. Oh my Lanta, some call him Dan. Got the dad jokes in the palm of his hand. Boom Sauce McNasty got his eyes on the news. Got his ear to the streets and he's down for the crew. Next up is Clown, the DIY king. Got a juice line and some coils that sing. Then there's a bear who's smarter than average. Quick with a wit, his name Vapor Swaggins. Then there's the homie, we know him as Frames. And too many guests to remember the names. Together they make up this killer vape panel. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Vaping with the Ohmies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vaping with the Ohmies. What's in the news, Poon Sauce? Alright guys, it's that time for Dan's dad joke of the week. What is going on, Ohmies? Welcome back to another episode of Vaping with the Ohmies, Season 2. I believe it's Episode 9, Shooting the Breeze with my main man, Breezetones, right underneath me down here, joining us from all the way in Australia. Thank you so much, dude. I know it's a little bit earlier for you over there than it is for us. I'm not quite sure exactly what time it is, but what time is it over there? That's a good question.
9:30 in the morning.
Oh, yes, yeah. See, completely different.
Coffee time.
He's getting ready to start his day, and here in a few hours, I'm gonna be ready to, hit the hay. Oh, that rhymed. I didn't even try. What do you know about that? So, of course, what we're gonna do, guys, is before we get to our buffets, of course, what I want to do is shout out our amazing sponsors. So first, we're gonna start off with Bumper Bam. Big shout outs to OPMH. Of course, the Ohmies are proud to announce a full partnership with OMPH. A delicious liquid manufacturer and distributor. Offering services of manufacturing with the selection and quality of a distro. OMPH is super excited to have us as part of their family, and we can't wait to take off with them. Of course, you'll be able to find out about any new flavors coming to OPMH through us, because we will be getting our hands on them first to let you know about all that good stuff happening over there. Of course, our next sponsor, always holding it down for us over there at Independent Vapor Company. Big shout outs to IVC. Of course, guys, make your way over to independentvaporcompany.com. Use the code OHMIES20 and that will get you 20% off your entire order. And you can also pick up some of that fountain from OMPH. Try some of that blast off, or you can try IVC's delicious e-liquids as well, like Parade Maker, Bubs, along with many other delicious flavors over there as well. And then, of course, Just take advantage of that code, guys. Try them out. OMPH has got some delicious liquids along with IVC as well, and we're super glad to be, partners and have them as our amazing sponsors with those guys. So, of course, like I said, mad love to IVC and OPMH. So what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to go ahead and roll into our buffets, talk about what we're vaping on, all that good stuff. And I'm going to pass it to Clown. What you got this week, bro?
Let's see. Hexo, DHD drip tip, Goon Low Pro, and as always, I gotta show them off because come on, that's the only reason you buy them.
Oh yeah,
Stabby wood door, and in that I got the Turkish Harvest, really good stuff. Then next I got the Plug Legacy, and in that I got Karango, was gonna say Tango Melon. I do not have Tango Melon.
Yeah.
And lastly, I'm gonna go with Kennedy Vindicator, Kennedy 25, and then that I got from Primitive Espresso Cannoli.
Ooh.
Yeah, take it away, Puntas.
Okay. First of all, got my Black Dreamer with the Rebirth RTA on top. Inside of there, I got some Lemon Frage by LeBanger, available at opmh.com. And what else do I got? My new setup, my Infected mod from Death Wish Mods with the Death Trap V2. It's a 2700, 2650.
Hold on, Corey.
Series.
Pop the cap on that thing. Show them what the monster that's inside of that RDA, bro.
Yeah. It may be like a 6mm coil, but...
Yeah, dude. He ain't messing around there, guys. That is some beefy coil action.
I vaped that thing. It's legit.
Did he make it for you at Houston?
Yeah.
You take the spring off of your car and put it in there? What the fuck is that?
Looked like he took the spring out of his Dreamer and then aliened it and put it in there.
And a whole packet of cotton bacon.
Some of
Yeah.
Chris's vanilla custard.
Ooh.
What?
And then next, I got my Zero with some Crumbs drops. The flaky French. Blech.
Flaky
And then
Flaunch?
next, finally, the best setup I have out of everything, I got a Tenacious Tater.
Yeah, dude. Hashtag Tenacious Tater in chat right now, guys. Hashtag Tenacious Tater.
That's all I got.
Shout outs to Stan, because that shit's hilarious.
Why don't you take it away, Mr. Breezetones?
Yeah, I've got. I'm running double Caliburns.
Dude.
I've got Fresh Farms. This is strawberry cake, strawberry farmyard cake, something like that. And the other one is a sour berry and apple situation. I also have my Drop Dead, which is my, that's my number one Addy, I guess, on a Draco, Modifine Draco. That has Mr. Paul, Labworks, Cookies and Cream.
Shout outs to
But
Labworks.
now, yeah. I'm also running the Basium with a Passage that has Event Horizon, which is my number one favorite juice of all time. Chocolate banana bread custard.
Ooh.
But also, I'm running another Passage. This is a new setup for me, Topside Dual. Can't believe I waited so long to get on this train with the Passage. The Passage is everything I've ever wanted in an Addy, and that's my end game. So if the aliens came and took everything, then that would be the only setup I'd ever need.
I guess I got to get my hands on one of those.
It's yeah, you got to like that draw, and if you like it big and airy, it might not be for you. But the small chamber, and there's a couple of things about it that maybe not everyone would like. But as far as the experience, the smoothness, I don't even care what it sounds like. I don't care that it's got a square top. It just suits really how I like to vape. So I'll stop gushing.
Very nice.
Yeah. And that's it. Who hasn't gone? Frames, have you gone?
Well, actually, I usually tend to go last, but we'll change it up this week. I'll go ahead and go, and then I'll pass it off to somebody else. So for me, I've got this beauty right here, MDX 3-in-1 with a green Cerakote. Shout outs to Band Builds in chat for hooking me up with this beautiful, beautiful piece here, and hooking me up with a nice set of her aliens. I believe they're either aliens or Fraliens. I'm not sure because I can't really see because the wraps are so nice and tight and beautiful. But it is vaping amazing. Of course, got a green Get Off My Lawn tip from DHD, just pulling that setup all together. And inside of that, some of that same thing as Corey, some of that vanilla custard, actually, because I just finished the butterscotch. Vanilla custard from my man Overdrip, a.k.a. Uncle Chris. Shout outs to you, bro. One of my all-time favorite juices right here. Best vanilla custard, if you were to ask me. And next setup, actually, it's got the same juice in it, so might as well start here. Got the Ruby 24. Just dropped the Frames Favorites video for you guys today on this, letting you know why this is one of my favorite single 18650 mechanical mods. True hybrid. You can't get much better than this. And also, kind of picked this up because I have been, seeing the posts from Steve Kennedy about the new 21, the Ruby 21 with the Vindicator body style that I'm super, super stoked about because I love the Ruby 24. So, I had to bust this back out and just, enjoy that a little bit. And next setup, I've got the Diesel RTA from Times Vape and Ambitions Vapor with the Jackaroo mod by Vandy Vape. Inside, shout outs to OPMH, my favorite juice of all time right here, the Fountain Blast Off. Halfway through bottle number 12, I think Dan might have been catching up or passed me by now because I kind of been sleeping on it. So that means I got to get back on that. And of course, just like Breezetones, Caliburn, always rocking the Caliburn. Love this thing. And this has also got some 12 milligram vanilla custard from my man Overdrip. This is actually the only juice I use in all of my pod systems. 12 milligram Uncle Chris vanilla custard. And this, and my Orion, and my SX, and my Zero, everything. 12 milligram Uncle Chris vanilla custard because it's just that damn good. And I'm going to pass it off to Dan.
Oh, he was going swags first. I heard that.
But he was... I had to break the chain, bro. I had to break the chain.
Go, I got someone here.
Oh, damn. I tried to save you, bro. I tried to break the chain, and it didn't work.
It's always when I'm vaping, but in that case, I was just vaping more because I knew I wasn't going. But I am going. So what's going on, everybody? Ohmies, Breezetones, great to have you on the show. People in chat. Let's just jump into what I'm vaping on because I have some surprises for you with regards to the juices that I'm vaping, the e-liquids, whatever you want to call it. First of all, oh my gosh, my green screen's on so you can see my green screen a little bit. I've got the Palm V2 DNA 75C Squonker by MMB with the 415 RDA on top by 415 out of Okinawa, Japan. I love this thing right now. Single-sided airflow. I could gush about this, but I gush about too many things, so I got to save my gushes. Inside of that, I've got Bubs by Independent Vapor Company. It is a watermelon bubblegum, and it is spot on, and I've been just really enjoying it since I got it. Next, I'm vaping on the Hexome V3 that I got at Houston Expo, just a memento, and I always wanted to kind of get my hands on a V3. I have a V2 behind me, or a V2.1 from years ago, but Vape Showcase 2019, it's got an astronaut on it. I love space, and so all around, I just needed to get one. And on top of that, I have an original recipe recoil, which was a gift while I was down there, so it's just all around a special setup to me. And inside of that, I have Blended, and it's their... I always have to read it because there's so many words in it. Blood orange, mangosteen, starfruit. And it is freaking delicious.
That sounds
Lots
delicious.
of orange on the inhale, some mango in there too, and on the exhale, I assume starfruit. I think it gives it a creaminess or like a starburst kind of flavor, possibly. I've never eaten a starfruit. That's another thing that would be great to talk about. I know we've all thought it, maybe we've mentioned it before, but all these juices that we've never even tasted the fruit before, and we're like, oh, I don't like this. Does that mean I won't like a dragon fruit or something?
I've never had a legitimate custard, but I love custard e-liquids.
Yeah. So maybe you'd like custard.
What?
Yeah, I've never.
You've never had custard?
Nope.
Is it the same as vanilla pudding?
I've had frozen custard. Does that count?
Yeah, I've had frozen custard.
Creme brulee. Like, that's a custard with like a hard shell on top, right?
Did you eat your
Well, there's
gushes,
a difference
kid?
between baked and regular made custard. So, yeah.
All I know is custard is better than grits. And, and I've got a side by side right here. This is the Insider by Undercode, collaboration between Core Design and Infinity Mods, and I have the Integra RTA on top of it, or on the side of it, however you say that, with a side by side. It's a DNA 60 device, and inside of that, yep, I'm on bottle number 3.
Oh, dude, you're catching up, bro.
The Fountain Blast Off. I'm not.
Yeah, but
racing
what bottle
with
of fucking
your
Tango
monks.
Melon you on?
Oh, dude.
I'm in the 20s, maybe more. Maybe that's a very low.
And that's a lot because they're like 120s, and these are only 60s.
Yeah. I just finished like 10 bottles, so, and I got another 10. So, but the big surprise was I'm not vaping Tango Melon today, or on any of the setups that I'm talking about today. But to wrap it all up, I've got the Infinix, of course, with some Mango Nick Salts by saltnick.com. So that's me, and I think that's everybody. Nope, Dan totally ghosted me into a mid vape.
I had a customer. You guys know the drill. When I go away, you get to look at Dunkel Croy. That's
all right, Dunkel Croy.
All right. Today, gonna be the same. I got my Keen. This thing's awesome. I put the Turk V2 on top with abalone. Chop top from DHT with my 12th bottle of the Fountain Blast Off, and I am a little bit more than halfway gone. So
I think looks like I need to fill my tank again.
Fill it, brother. Let's go. Also, I have Dreamer Mech Mod, red aluminum, black button with the dead goat on top with a red rum, I think. Chop top from DHD, and then I have Rango, which this stuff is amazing. It's my third 120 ml bottle. So good.
He has a whole bunch of them behind him.
Yeah, I got 6 milligrams out right now, but 3 and 0 are here. I feel like a weatherman, like right there. Warlock Hammer, Rebirth RTA. Just some bullshit drip tip on there because I lost my DHD one for this. It happens. In that, I've been rotating. Where'd it go? Syntax and riding shotgun from Prohibition. Peanut butter custard. And then riding shotgun is golden cookie pudding. The stuff's phenomenal. I like both of them a lot. That's why I keep rotating them.
Also,
and pod device, I got an Orchid. This thing's pretty banging with some. Still got that slamming salt in here. It's a peach mint, and it's just my going out to dinner, going to the movies, driving in the car kind of vape, and loving all of it. You know.
Very nice.
There's something I was gonna say, but I forgot. So I'll pass it back off to James.
All right. So yeah, definitely got. I'm surprised on Swaggins' buffet. You know, it has quite some different juices in there.
Yeah,
that was his mission for Houston.
It sounded pretty good too, man. So
Houston, we have a problem.
So
dude, I have so many juices next to me. I have Manga Bees right here.
Oh, dude, 12 monkeys.
Pudding milk. I have Jewett House. I have Melon Head. Oh, it's green.
Dude, I got Strawman Head.
Strawman
Head.
I got so many juices. Anyways.
Dude, that's awesome. So, with the buffets being done, we're going to do a couple shout-outs, shall we? Should we do some shout-outs, clowns? Who's out there? Say what's up to some peeps.
Let's see. First name I see is DC Rackley, Lady Louisiana. Let's see. Breezetones, James Rivera, Livia Lee. Let's see who else is going here. Chad Chatterson.
My dude.
I don't even see the Dotson part. It actually just dyslexia takes over. It's Chatterson.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Cloudtown, Corey Monkton.
Oh, I know who that is. That's Mr. Mo D.
That's Mo D.
A fellow Aussie.
There you go.
Nice.
Tenacious TX Vapes, Lethal Coils.
Hashtag Tenacious Tater.
Tenacious Tater.
Vaping Irish, Cody Vogler. Sorry if I mess up your names.
Is it Vogler?
Vogler?
I don't know.
Jake Freeman, Angela Garrity, Sean Typhon, DIY Down Under, and let's see who else do I see. That guy Matt, and I think that's about all the new names I see. Oh, Leo Lightninger. If I missed anybody, I am sorry, but we love you all.
Yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. It's always something we look forward to every Monday, is getting together with all the Ohmies and hanging out with all you guys in chat, and of course, you know, bringing you guys a good show with some pretty good topics. And speaking of some topics, Court, Hone Sauce, McNasty, are you ready, bro? Because it's that time for What's in the News, Pone Sauce.
Is that me? I think that's me. Okay. Well, I guess you guys have kind of figured out what has recently happened in San Francisco. San Francisco's been known for having all kinds of stupid regulations when it comes to vaping, and now they just made the worst one of them all by literally banning vapor products altogether. Like none sold in the city limits, no online sales, no nothing. So this is an opinion piece that was written on USA Today, which I thought was actually really good, because a lot of these mainstream news articles, they kind of don't really give you the positive side of like pro vaping kind of articles, but you get a lot of the anti vaping and the negative and all the propaganda bullshit that we are all known to hear and read. But this one is really, really good, I think, because it's just, who was this done by? Where's the guy's name? I just saw it. By Sally Santel and Erica Sandberg. They're both opinion contributors for USA Today. And they were just talking about all the different things that pretty much San Francisco's known for having a lot more problems than just a child vaping epidemic. They have a lot of drug problems. They have a lot of different, like, they have homeless problems. They have all kinds of stuff going on to where kind of vaping doesn't seem like it should be the high priority on their list, especially with like a bunch of I think there's like, what is a giant heroin problem over there? Like, it's bad. Like, people are sitting in public parks just shooting up. It's insane. And for some reason, they think that vaping is the main problem in that city. And obviously that the legislators over there in San Francisco really have no idea what they're doing, what they're talking about. They're so far up their own ass that everything's kind of ass backwards. And so there's one little quote that I want to one little thing that really stuck out to me, and what I think should really stick out to all of us, is that what they said was, none of this makes sense until you recognize that San Francisco policy is shaped more often by prejudice than principle or practicality. This is making a city a more difficult place to live and hurting people who they need the most help. Which pretty much is saying that there's so many other problems going on in San Francisco right now to where vaping should not be the high priority. That's what I think we can all agree with, that when they say there's like an epidemic out there, or like the child epidemic with vaping, there's so many other problems that are more important than this so-called epidemic that doesn't even exist. I mean, underage vaping is at its lowest it's ever been.
But not only that, but like even Angela's saying in the chat, we want to ban vaping, but we're going to keep selling cigarettes.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, so you're going to take away the one, outlet that is a healthier alternative and completely ban it, but we're going to keep the one that is killing, thousands of people every year due to, smoking related illnesses, whether it be cancer, COPD, or whatever other types of illnesses come with that. But no, we're going to go ahead and ban something that, under studies, multiple studies, there's so many out there showing that is 95% safer than smoking traditional combustible cigarettes. Yet we're going to ban that, and we're going to keep the ones that are still putting people in the hospital, and people are dying from every single day. It just doesn't make sense to me.
San Francisco, right?
Yep, you can
vape your weed in San Francisco, no problem. But if you have nicotine in there, then no, we can't do that. It's fucking insane, dude. It pisses me off. I'm very irate about this. That they don't care about adults and what they need to stay off cigarettes. They're using these children to fucking fearmonger everyone. I'm pissed, man. I'm sorry. I get a little riled up and stumble over my words, but it's fucking terrible, man. It really is that this is the route that they want to go. They don't care.
I'm not calling out the weed industry on this, but they were saying in this article how there's companies that are in San Francisco where they sell marijuana and everything. They promote like the top 11 places to buy pot in San Francisco, and they're talking about it's like appealing to kids. Look at some of the names that some of the companies in San Francisco are sold in these dispensaries. And it's like they aim with cannabis, they aim it for adults, but kids end up getting their hands on it anyways, because that's what kids do. They find ways to get their hands on things. How do you think we all got a hold of cigarettes? We found a way. We found a way to get our hands on cigarettes. We found our way to get a hold of alcohol when we were underage. It's going to happen. There's no stopping it. To me, there's not. If somebody wants it bad enough, if they're underage, they're going to find a way to get it. And
it all comes back to the money. We all know that.
I'm curious.
It's ridiculous what people do.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this, Breezetones. What do you think about this?
I was in San Francisco a couple of years ago, and it was my first time visiting that city. And I have to openly admit that I love the US coming to the cities because they are so vibrant and diverse. I'm not I would call myself a street, slightly streetwise, if this is even the right thing to say. I've never been more afraid when I've been in a city than when I was in San Fran. Like the situation of everyday life, the amount of homeless, the areas that I, it was just a sketchy place for me. And even when I had friends there, like they were like, it was like everyone was battle hardened because of the way that the city was.
Yeah.
And to read all of this situation, I keep coming back to that wall of shame. I hope that people are taking pictures and taking names of all of these, politicians and policy makers that are, really going against vaping. I have nothing wrong with weed, and I have nothing wrong with, safe, drug facilities for people. Exactly. People do shit, like they're going to drink and drive. They're going to, violence, all sorts of stuff in their family life and all that sort of thing. But the reality is there was so much information going on when San Fran, and having Stefan, that discussion with Stefan was like jaw-droppingly, I know that's reality, and I'm stuck in this little fantasy world where people want to look after each other and try and do the right common sense, legislation. But this is sorry, long answer.
No, you're good, man.
There will be a time when the general populace, because that's who we're trying to engage, right? When the general populace realizes what the policymakers are doing, and that it is just about money, or it is just about protecting whatever it is, that the 1%ers are trying to protect. Like, there's going to be that turning point when the general populace turn against those people, so it's really hard to see, and it's hard to, my heart breaks for, San Francisco and so many other states in the US that are doing it, and places in Asia where it's even far worse to be caught vaping or being caught with nicotine. I mean, God, in this country you get a $45,000 fine if you're possessing nicotine in one of our states. So I'm just looking for that turning point, when the general populace takes it on board and says, okay, that enough's enough and you need to stop.
Yeah, and stand up for their rights.
It's
or our rights, I should say.
It's going to take a state, right? But if you look at Connecticut right now, what is this? 75%, 92% tax. That means that you get.
That was Vermont that got that.
No, Connecticut.
Connecticut.
I was reading about it in our Discord today.
Yeah, exactly. So, but regardless of a state or a specific, these are the numbers that we're looking at. 95, 92% tax.
I believe it's 75 out there in Mass.
That's literally like saying you get 8% of what you sell. That's basically that's Revolutionary War shit right there. That's why we separated from England, was no taxation without representation. We're not being represented. I'm not talking about violent reset here, but I am saying that if more and more states start to fall to these types of numbers, it's not going to take an argument of better or worse for you to say to people, these people are robbing us as a business. Like, it's going to become a way more alarming issue when you're saying, I'm selling this, and there's somebody sitting over my shoulder saying, all right, and I get $10, right, from this person, and they take $9 of those fucking dollars. Yeah. That's robbery.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that it's time for us to take our country back.
Yeah, and
can I say, was it Illinois? Was it the state that voted against the crazy tax? Illinois?
New York has in the past a couple times. I mean, they're still fighting it though. They're still trying to come out with variations of it.
Illinois has a flavor ban that's been in the works.
They fought it back.
Illinois has a flavor ban that's been in the works. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything recently on how it's proceeded. It kind of stopped when it was introduced, and I haven't heard anything about it since. I know there's a lot of shop owners and businesses that actually went down to Springfield and tried to fight against it. As far as I know, there's nothing going out there right now. Nothing has been further pushed on it. So, but still, I mean, it's crazy when you live in a state to where they just legalized marijuana, and now they're gonna right at the same amount of right within the same 2-3 week span, flavor ban. Yeah, we're gonna try to.
Can I say something real quick? Vaping Irish made a really good point. He said tobacco is a protected commodity. It literally cannot be banned, which confuses me as vaping is referred to as a tobacco product, but they want to ban it. I know San F banned non-PMTA stuff, but still, I'm thinking it's bumping around in my head right now. All the ridiculousness, squashing a business with no. It's like charging. It's like having a rigged jury.
Yeah.
But in a communist country where the people that are sitting in the audience can't stand up and say this is ridiculous. But we need to be organized. We talked about this. The time for advocacy has gone as the sole proprietor for how we go about saving vaping or speaking out for vaping. It's about activism now. It's about adding more action. Advocating is an action word, but we've been using it by sitting from the comfort of our homes, making phone calls, if we will, sending letters, etc. But what really needs to be done is activism. We need to be like, when you think about, I think about activism, I think about, the Washington Monument or that mirror pool in Washington and being full of people that were protesting Vietnam in Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Speaking to that point of activism, Breezetones, I know you have something kind of on this, sort of topic. I believe you've got some sort of petition or something that you're trying to get signed out there for some, advocacy things out there in Australia. Dude, by all means, let the people know what's going on and how they can get involved if, of course, if they're there.
Absolutely. Really short story is a few weeks ago, I was contacted by one of our vape store owners who'd been obviously in discussion with the lawmakers because we're in a transition period. October 1 is when our new legislation takes effect. And for the viewers out there, basically it's online sales are banned in this state. We go like a tobacconist store where you buy cigarettes, where everything is closed. So you can't look at a menu, you can't look at any e-liquids, brands, a menu, devices, nothing. So the reality was, I get, that there's stuff going on, but the reality is stores have to now, pay the money to get all that done, and stores have just, or, companies are basically just either shutting up shop or moving into state. And the reality is, that's heavy. But in the same vein, what happens to consumers? What happens to those people that are still yet to find vaping? What happens to the pre-existing customers who are looking for different products, or, how are they going to maintain what it is that they've found? And the vape store owner came to me and said that the tobacco control unit, who is the body that enforces those new rules, has not had any no comments from customers or consumers in this state, saying what that's going to do to them. And my wife, Vape Advocacy AU on Instagram and the other platforms, she is a brilliant mind who has put together a survey that effectively we want to get to as many South Australian vaping customers as there is to fill out, so that we can collate the results and present it back to SA Health and the TCU here. Now, we realize that we're not going to change legislation, and it is just another data collection, but I think we've all learnt that data is very, very powerful, and if it's done in the right way, which is what we've hopefully tried to achieve, we want to give back feedback, saying how we feel that even though this legislation is being voted on and is coming in, how detrimental that could be for, people trying to give up combustibles. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you can go to, it's being hosted on my site at the moment, which is breezetones.com/advocacy. A pop-up window will come onto that site that will lead you to the survey if you're a South Australian customer. We need your postcode, and we need your approval to take your email address, because this needs to come from real people. So fill out the survey. It'll take you 2 minutes. There is a space that you can add your statement if you want to make one, positive or negative. And in a couple of weeks, we will collate the results, as I said, and hand this to the TCU as professional as we possibly can. So this is a numbers game. We need as many people as possible to really have a good sample set of customers. that's basically it.
Awesome, man. Well, if there's anything that we can do over here stateside for you guys to help, spread the word or anything like that, feel free to let us know, man. We are more than willing to help you out just as well as you do to us, man. Because I know I see you posting, a lot of U.S. advocacy stuff as well, and we can't thank you enough for, doing that. And whatever we can do to help you guys out there in Australia, by all means, man, we're there for you.
Did you see? I posted a question. I'm not sure if you answered this specifically. Adam Fordice. He said, "What can I do from Victoria at Breezetones?"
Yeah, it's shit for everybody. That's the only way that I can say this. It's this is a worldwide thing. Exactly that word, activist. Victoria has their own things going on. I believe that they've been in this way for a couple of years, where everything is behind closed doors, effectively. I don't have, a definitive answer for you, Adam, and I appreciate the support, absolutely, as I'm sure, thousands of people here in this state and this country and the US and worldwide, An interesting comment was put on Facebook, on Vape Advocacy's page on Facebook last night, saying, it was a bit of, trolling is not the word, but it was a bit of that passive aggressive situation by someone saying, well, what are you going to achieve with this? And it's not really doing much. And I agree, but the main thing is we have to change the way we look at this. If we just continue to say, well, yeah, you could do all of this and it's just another freaking survey and, it's not going to achieve anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can't stop the voices. So exactly. I'm sure in Victoria, I'm sure in many states, in many places, there's always something to be said. We cannot stop being a broken record. Now I'm getting ranty, but if everyone is on the same page as this situation, that the bigger picture, this is not about the kids. This is about millions of people who are currently addicted to combustibles that haven't even found it yet. We need to engage them. We need to stop. We need to continue putting it to the media and. I'll just keep raving, so I'm going to...
Well, I'm going to put this as my man Shane Oakley has, is just because it's not happening where you're at right now doesn't mean it's not coming your way.
Yep.
So if you don't act now before it starts happening, then, why not get ahead of the game? Be proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah, I want to make a little... not rant or anything, but Anthony Ramola, I might have said that wrong. I'm sorry if I did. He says vaping needs a leader to get us organized. I don't feel we need one person to lead us. I think we're all leaders. I think each one of us can go out there, and that new guy that just found vaping, you can teach them and show them the route to go to advocate, to be an activist. Just tell them what's going on. A lot of people don't know, I got tons of people coming in here just, oh, did you hear about this? I'm like, yeah, I listen to it, and I try to educate people as much as I can, whether I'm here or I'm not, and let them know, studies and why this is going on and show them what they can do and get a hold of you. Anthony, you're a leader. You can be a leader. You just got to take the initiative to get the word out there and tell people.
Exactly.
We all can lead. We don't need one we all need to be organized together, preaching the same stuff we've been preaching to let people know vaping saved our life. It can save yours. And if we need to fight for this, that way we keep it around.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just like Swaggin said a bit ago. We have to be more active. It's great to do things from the comfort of your chair, but you actually have to get out there, do some footwork, hang out by vape shops, let them know what's up. Because honestly, around me, I don't know any vape shop owners that even tell them what's going on. They don't have anything about advocacy, and you need to get the word out more. Get it to the non-hobbyists, because they're a bigger part of our group than hobbyists. Hobbyists tend to be us hanging out here. We get the same folks every week. We need to expand beyond that.
Yeah, there's hundreds. There's so many people out there that literally just go in their shop with their sub-ohm tank, get their coil, and leave. And that's the only interaction they have with someone else. You know what I mean? Unlike us as hobbyists that literally sit here day in and day out and conversate with multiple other vapors from all over the world on different various social media platforms. We need to go out, like Clown's saying, and spend a day at the shop. stopping, the people coming in to get their, smart coils or, their Freemax coils or whatever, and just, say, hey, by the way, do you kind of know what's going on? Let them know what's going on in your local area. Say, well, hey, if you want to, find out more, like, give them a link to your local advocacy group, CASA, SAFADA, Not Blowing Smoke, the VTA, any of those types of organizations where they can figure out how they can contact their representatives, find, some of these studies and keep up with, the information that's happening there. Just take one day out of your weekend, couple hours out of your day, 2 hours to go sit at the shop and just talk to people, man. It's as simple as that. You don't have to do everything, guys, but you have to at least go out there and do something. Because if we don't do anything, then all we're doing is we're just letting them have it. We're giving up. And to kind of like touch on, a question that I did see from Mr. Chad Chatterson is like, he says, what is your opinion on those that just say do DIY and not worry about it? Well, this is the thing.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like, we're not fighting for this for us, the ones that have already found it. We're fighting for the people that haven't found this yet, that this could possibly save their lives and give them a healthier lifestyle and extend their life and help, further people, years from now. It's not about us at the end of the day. We're doing this for everybody else that hasn't found it. The smoker, the non-smoker, the person that's, going to become a smoker and then want to find another outlet.
Even the show we started for other people. Like, we did this
exactly
to support other people that were doing the yeoman's work, right? It's the yeoman's work. We're here, from the comfort of our houses or whatever, but we're doing stuff, like we're constantly working and networking to build brands, right? To get association behind us to be able to have a bigger voice. So it's like, if you have 5-10 subscribers, that's great to create content or whatnot, but getting out, being active with outside of the crowd is, people with established brands like Grim Green and all them, they're advocating. We support them to advocate. They have a big platform and a lot of numbers, which means votes, etc. So that's their way of doing it. And then they're still going outside of that and being physically there and present in places and writing letters, etc. But that's what this is all about. If you think this is about popularity or anything like that, no, you're in the wrong place.
One point I'll make about the whole take the DIY route and don't care. You got to keep in mind that nicotine can become a controlled substance, which means we will not get our hands on it anymore. That is just a simple fact about it.
Can I also add something to that? Our legislation has been written in such a grey area that our health minister can effectively deem anything like cotton or bottles or anything that has to do with electronic cigarettes as, that kind of situation. So they could, stop you from buying cotton if they know you're going to be using it for vaping. So, they're smarter than what we think, because they're doing it because they don't know themselves, but they're also leaving the door open to go, what, that's going to be for an electronic cigarette. So we're actually going to, stop you from getting possession of that as well.
Well, keep it in mind, like everything that goes into an e-liquid is FDA approved separately. Put them all together into one bottle. Apparently it's not good.
Yeah.
You want to put it into those terms. No reality.
There is one question right here from Angela Garrity in the chat. Big shout out to Angela Garrity. She says, do you think these state and city regulations and taxes are hitting because the representatives don't feel the FDA has done anything / enough? And I think she's kind of continuing on, as in the FDA yelled epidemic, scared people, and then did nothing to stop it in the general public eye. What are your guys' thoughts on that? And it's open forum, whoever wants to kind of take it.
It's one word that I can think of when it comes to that, and that's fear-mongering. You're putting fear in the eyes of the mass public to scare them and get them to do something. That's what, all they needed to put out was that the word epidemic, and that put fear in so many people's heads to where they felt like they had to put out these kind of regulations.
You know what's funny about that too? Ironically funny, is that these people spout and fearmonger, but they're no better than a pessimist. Most pessimists think that they're realists. They call themselves realists. The difference between a pessimist and a realist is a realist comes and says, this is the sad truth, but here are directives and ways to go about solving this problem. A pessimist just says, this is a problem, and then just drops the mic. It's like, and that's all they've done. So I can see that. I mean, they're coming out and they're fear mongering, like Poonsaw said, but nothing was done about it. So it's just like you're throwing a rock in the river and the ripples are rippling, but there's nothing to stop that from like busting down the dam.
And part of me thinks
they knew automatically that that's all they needed to say.
Well, yeah, and part of me thinks that they did this to distract us, to get us off of the real situation where it's not the epidemic that they're claiming, it's the hurt that some of these states are getting because of the loss of revenue, because of the loss of smokers in those states.
We've talked about this before, right? Where they're basically bonds that were paid to states by big tobacco.
I posted that just a little bit ago.
Yeah, and they owe that money.
Agreement.
So like they owe that money or they want to keep getting that money. It's about money. We know this. It's a money thing. But it's like the beast you know is better than the beast you don't. At least we understand where it's coming from. Whether or not we're powerless to stop it, we're never powerless until you're, even if you're a communist country. We're not North Korea over here. You're not powerless to stop this. You can't leave. You're not going to get shot.
As long as you have a voice, you have power. You just have to let it be heard, like Shane Oakley says. Big shout outs to him. Like, honestly, like his catch line is legit. Like, you got to just let your voice be heard, guys. If you don't say anything, you don't speak up, no one's going to ever know how you feel or what your opinion is on the situation, and no one's going to take that into consideration. And they're not going to think about what your thoughts are, and they're just going to do their own thing. Unless we all let our voices be heard and let them know how we feel about this as Americans, the people that put them into office, put them into the position to make the money that they're making and do what they do. We have to let them know what we feel, guys, because we put them there. We have the power if we can band together to make change. It's just we have to come together as a community and do it in a positive way. Not go at these guys in any negative sort of way. You have to be professional about it. Talk to them like you were sitting there having a job interview. You're going to be on your best behavior. Use your, the best vocabulary. You're not going to say F this, F that, screw this. You're going to talk to them in a professional manner and get your point across. You can still get your point across without all those, filler words that everybody uses, to kind of flirt. You can still get your point across in a nice way and be respectful.
Segue, where a nice place to get your word out is? Twitter.
Honestly, no, Dan's right. Twitter is where all the representatives are.
Pay attention to Twitter.
A couple weeks ago, Shane Oakley got me a little bit motivated with his words. I get goosebumps talking about it. I love where Shane Oakley's at now. He's doing his thing. I love listening to him and Jay talk. They had a really good show the other day. Him and Logan Exhales and stuff. And I've been spending a lot of time on Twitter and getting thoughts out there. You can tweet it. Your representatives are on Twitter. I had Jerome Adams message me back. Now he did grammar correct me, but he tweeted me back. You know what I mean? At him, at the FDA commissioner, at your local representatives. You can get stuff out there, and if you got people retweeting your stuff, we could get trending stuff on Twitter, and then people would have to pay attention to it. But we need more people doing it. You know what I mean? Instagram's a nice place to let people know about our show or our friend shows or hand checks or cloud checks, but you can copy links and put it out there on Twitter. There's a lot of stuff you can do on Twitter that I'm realizing, and if I've been absent from Instagram, I don't care because I'm getting the word out on Twitter, or at least trying. And I think a lot other people need to join me. We need, that's where we can rally some troops at. Absolutely. We can't all be in the same place at the same time, but we can all tweet and retweet and hashtags and send it at people. Like let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To kind of add back to like where we were talking about on like the real one of the main reasons why why I think the FDA is doing some of these things is we've got to remember, guys, that America was built on tobacco. Sean Typhon put this in chat. America was built on tobacco, if you think about it. So it's going to be a hard time for them just to like cycle that out, because that's been such a big source of revenue for this country since day one. So that's where a lot of this comes from too, I believe. Like that's something that I've never really kind of thought about until like right now. And it kind of makes a little bit more sense on certain things. Not saying that it's right, but that's something that you also kind of have to think about, is that's where this one of the things that this country was founded on. It was #1 cash crop. But it's just we still have to do our part to see if we can make a change, guys. We just have to do it. We have to get out there, like we're saying, get active, do our thing. Just like we tell you guys every week. It's the same story, guys. Things aren't gonna change unless we make it change.
I have a brilliant idea.
Yes.
It's still brilliant, even though I mentioned it like 5 minutes ago, but this is good stuff. What we're going to do is all of the vapors, starting in the U.S., just because it's going to be difficult. All the vapors in the U.S., we're going to just rent a bunch of RVs, buy them if you have to, just whatever you got to do. And we're going to head to the Golden Coast. All right. Then we're going to put all our pennies together and we're going to buy the materials to build a bridge. We're going to build that bridge. And as we build each section of the bridge, we're going to destroy the one behind us until we get to Hawaii. Then when we get to Hawaii, we're going to commandeer all the ships, right? We're going to kick everybody out of Hawaii and we're going to send them back to the States. And Hawaii is going to be
Vapetopia.
The vaping state. And you know what? If we're all in one state, we're going to only vote for representatives and people in office that are pro-vaping, and they can't touch us because this is a democracy. Thank you.
Good night.
That's all I got.
You're going to have to wait a little while for your vape mail, guys, but let's do that.
Hey, we'll be closer to China. What are you talking about?
Here's one thing I want to get to real quick because we got about 10 minutes or so. We might run like maybe a minute over or so. But this is one question I love asking any guest on any of the shows that we do. I want to know how you actually got your start in vaping. How did you find vaping? Was it a friend?
Also,
did you
piggyback off
stumble
that
on
question, I want to know where he came up with Breezetones at. So answer his question, then my question, please.
Awesome. So I actually found it on Instagram in that, what is that? That used to be called the Discovery page or whatever it is. I was flicking through some stuff and I saw, some devices because back in 2014, 15 in the city I was living, I saw a vapor and I was like, that's no better than what I'm currently doing with cigarettes. So, So let's fast forward to 2017, 2016, and I saw a photo on Instagram, and I was like, wow, they've changed. Because I tried one of those cigar-likes in Europe, and I hated it. It tasted disgusting, and I still went back to smoking. No. So then I started to find more photos on it, and then I discovered, obviously, the Bogan. Had no idea he was in my own city, and found his YouTube channel. Then started to see the enthusiast side of it first. Yeah. I researched it for as long as I could for maybe 2 months before I actually purchased my own device. And when I received my device, I was already like probably 3-5 years done with smoking, and I was smoking out of function and no other reason. I didn't enjoy it anymore, but I was still smoking 20 plus cigarettes a day. So I very quickly, the deal that I bought was a POC-X, all-in-one situation. Yep. And they threw in buy 4 or buy 3 and get 4 e-liquids to come with the package. So being a smoker, I was like, I'll take 3 different versions of nicotine level of tobacco. And for shits and giggles, I'll throw in a strawberry milkshake because I was like, strawberry milkshake, and not knowing what was the situation with, flavorings, being food flavorings and whatnot. Yeah. So I get the device, I put the tobacco in, and I was like, awesome, this is really good. So I instantly took the coil out and instantly got rid of the tobacco liquid because I was really interested by the strawberry milkshake, thinking, how bad is this going to be? The strawberry milkshake was the thing that instantly, that was it. Cigarettes went in the bin, and I haven't had a cigarette since. Not interested, because I had no idea, that of the capacity of that delivery system for nicotine. I very quickly, stepped down my nicotine, and now I'm, I even have a liquid here right now that's on 0. So I'm all over the shop because I am, in the rabbit hole of enthusiast. I do use salt nic, I do use freebase nic, I use no nic, pod devices, cloudy devices.
Yeah,
whatever.
I think we're all there, man.
Yeah, so now it's about teaching, telling others and helping them discover it. How did I come up with Breezetones? The word breeze comes from another part of my life from many moons ago. That was a word that I won't go into, but I wanted to incorporate Breeze was kind of like a bit of a cloud analogy situation with vaping. Tones is that word to describe, I guess a subject, a bunch of stuff. Breezetones for me, kind of summed up everything, together. And it kind of looked good when I was starting to mess with the font. So I was like, that's cool. And I also wanted it to be a word that was like, if someone heard Breezetones, they wouldn't go, oh, that's vaping, or that's music, or it's anything else. It was a bit like and also, wow, this is a long answer. When I started the Breezetones Insta account, it wasn't about anything but me having a faceless output for, things that I was too afraid to say on my own personal account. Because I've worked in coffee all my life where sensory situation is everything. So if you're a smoker in the coffee world, that's kind of ridiculous, So Breezetones for me was a place to communicate the things that I was still coming to deal with myself, as far as like confidence and being real. So it very quickly became, it was a few hand checks, and then I got my wife's mother into vaping, and then she gave up the cigarettes, and I was like, holy shit, this is it. This is about awesome, sharing it with others. So yeah,
dude, that's an awesome story, man.
10-minute answer. Sorry about that.
No, dude, one of the reasons why I like to ask that question is because you get those stories. You get to hear those stories from different people from all over the world, and it just shows that people from all different backgrounds, no matter where you're from, we can make this switch if we find that one device. And each one of us, each person that I've asked, has always had a different flavor that got them to quit, and a different device. And some of them, took them one try and they were off, and then some people, they dual use for a while, and some people, they tried once, didn't work like how you said you did with the Cigalike, and then tried it again, a few years later and found that thing, and then never looked back. And that's just one thing I like to hear, and it kind of just shows that everybody's kind of got a different story, and I just like getting to hear them, man. It's cool. I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it a lot. So we got about not 5. We got about 3 minutes left. So I know we usually end with a Dan's dad joke of the week, but I know I got a little message this morning from a Mr. Hashtag Dunkle Croy that he might have a dad joke for us this week. So we're gonna try this out, guys. We're gonna see how this works, because we know Dan's like the dad joke master, but we're gonna let Corey take the reins this time and see how it goes, and if all else fails, we can have Dan swoop in and save him at the end. So
I got a backup. So
go ahead and hit us with one, Corey. It's time for Poon Sauce's dad joke of the week.
So this one's kind of inappropriate, but I don't care. What do you call somebody with their arm up a horse's ass?
I don't know.
An Amish mechanic.
Can anybody do the cricket noise? I need to get a soundboard.
I have a buddy that does it, and it's hilarious, but I cannot do it. Cricket.
All right, so I think we might need some saving here on that one. Dan, can you hit us with one?
Come on.
It's time. It's time, guys, for Dan's dad joke of the week.
So I knew I shouldn't steal a mixer from work, but it was a whisk I was willing to take.
Oh my god.
That was
a whisk.
I'm calling it right now. I already said mine was good, so screw you.
It was a whisk. Should I say the one that Corey said earlier about the belt?
Hit him with it.
You guys are getting 3 dad jokes this week. So
making up for the couple of weeks.
I got to remember how it goes for a second.
You want me to do it?
No, I got this, Corey.
Okay.
What do you call someone that wears no, go ahead, Corey. I forgot it already. Fail.
When you're put on the spot, you fumble a little.
Well, I don't even know what the joke was. This is the first time I heard it.
Okay. What do you call a clock on your belt? What do you call a watch on your belt? A waste of time.
Aha. All right.
I'd like to say something real quick.
Absolutely, dude.
Did Vaping with Ken get a hold of any of you guys?
Yes.
No.
Did anyone do what he asked you to do?
I'm doing it today.
I say we do it right now with all of us doing
I
it.
don't even know what this is.
James, I made your mom laugh. Yes.
And then I'll record it and send it to them from all of us doing it. So
All right.
We can do that.
shout outs to the Goat Man himself, Jared the Vaping Goat, who hit 4K subscribers. We all want to congratulate him for hitting 4K.
No, not live, not live, not live.
Oh, we're not? We're live.
No,
Don't
he
lie
said
to me.
we're not don't do it live. Vaping with Ken said.
Why? I can copy
Because
it.
he's putting them together. Just don't, Dan. He's got a plan, bro.
He's got
Whatever.
no not live. I haven't even heard about
He's in
this.
chat.
All right, Ken.
Look
never
at the
mind. We'll
chat.
send you the videos.
We'll get on it, bro. It's cool. But
Very semi
What are you
video.
talking
Still,
about?
shout out to Jared. He got 4K. I'm very proud of him. That dude's awesome. We love you, Jared.
absolutely. Of course, guys, what I want to do real quick. Clown, you got the vlog coming up Wednesday as usual, right?
Yeah, I got the vlog, 2 review videos. Wolf Bite on Thursday as usual. And I did want to expand a little bit on the thing from Shane Oakley. What he says, but add to it, don't just leave this at words, make them actions.
There you go.
Seriously.
I like that, dude. I like that. Of course, Corey, we got something cool happening up on your channel this Wednesday that I'm pretty excited for.
So if you guys didn't watch my show on Saturday, I'm kind of making little changes to the What's in the News show on Wednesdays. Instead of me doing it by myself, I am now going to have a co-host. He's
Yeah.
actually in chat right now. His name is the Angry Hippie, Sean Typhon. So I'm really
Sean
excited to
Typhon's
see what we do
expanding.
with this. We kind of got a little teaser of it on Saturday. Me and him kind of got a little ranty. Got a
Yeah,
little.
if you guys didn't watch that show, go make sure you watch that replay because it was a really damn good show this weekend.
It's what's to come. Me and Sean are gonna get in some really interesting topics, and I'm excited. It's gonna be cool, and I'm really excited for what the future holds.
It's going to be a great show, man. I'm super stoked. Of course, you guys also stay tuned for Saturday for, What's Your Story with Poon Sauce, and you'll get to see, a lovely guest, hear about, how they got into vaping and all that good stuff. Of course, for me, I did drop a video for the Ruby 24 today, like I said at the beginning of the video, so if you guys want to go check that out and hear my thoughts on that. Got a review coming up on Wednesday for the Diesel RTA by Times Vape and Ambitions Vapa. So that's going to be going up for you guys as well. And, of course, you can catch Sean not only on Wednesday over there with Corey, but you'll catch him on Friday with me in the green room, of course. So that's, same time as the Ohmies, guys, 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain.
Put the face away,
7
Swaggins. God
p.m.
damn it.
Central, 8 p.m. Eastern over on my channel. And, of course, you guys will catch all of us Ohmies, well, hopefully most of us Ohmies, right back here on Monday for another episode. Episode 10 of Season 2 of Vaping with the Ohmies. So thank you guys all for tuning in. As always, it's always, something I look forward to every week, hanging out with all you and all that good stuff. So, of course, guys, sending out all those positive vibes, crisp high fives as always. Make sure you guys go check out Breezetones over there on Vape Malone's channel, 6:30. About
Can I
yeah.
Can I say something about that? So we have a little bit of a special one. Jennifer Berger Coleman will be coming on to have a bit of a chat with us. We're also probably going to get a visit from Sam the Vaping Bogan.
Ooh.
Breezetones.com. Check it out. And also breezetones.com/advocacy for the South Australian people. Thank you for letting me say that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And, I think you guys might have a little announcement coming up over there as well pretty soon, right? With the Amigos and company. I've been hearing
Hold
some
on
cool
one sec.
stuff.
We forgot to give away those 2 bottles of juices.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
Let's go for it. We got a few minutes.
Everyone right now, X1 your little asses off, and we'll pick someone in a minute and let Breezetones say what he's got to say. Go for it, Breeze.
This is going to be a bit of a format change. There will be lots of contributors to Amigos and Co. And I'm hoping that all of you fine humans on the panel here will also come and be involved.
Absolutely.
It's a bit of vaping, a bit of non-vapey, a bit of everything. So it will be Amigos and Co. We'll be announcing that very, very soon because likely that tonight's show will be the last one being hosted by Mr. Vape alone. So it's a bit of a community hub that we're trying to achieve. So Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. So definitely make sure you guys go show them some support over there. They've always shown us nothing but support, and we kind of try to do that cross promotion thing. Let you guys know what's going on over there at the Ohmies or with the Amigos. They do the same for us over here. So nothing but love for all you guys over there. And so we got some X1s popping up in chat. So who wants to pick this time?
I think Clown should do it.
You want to pick
Okay.
Clown? You want to pick somebody? Here we go.
I landed on Corey Muntuck.
That's Mr. Mo D out there in
Mo D.
Australia. So
can
we
go
might
Australia?
have to work something out with you, man.
Yeah, I don't know if we can actually send to Australia. It's supposed to be.
You want me to try somebody else?
Yeah, unfortunately, Mo D. Sorry, dude.
Modi, you get at me, and I'll make something happen. But from it coming directly from OPMH, it's got to be U.S. only. I'm sorry for not specifying that, but Modi, I'll get you hooked up, dude.
Okay, so go ahead and pick someone else there, Clown, and we're gonna do two, right? So Clown will pick one, and we'll have Breezetones pick one as well.
Sounds good.
All right, I got Texas Cloudtown.
Very nice.
Oh,
Jay, get a
yes.
hold of us, and then Breezetones just kind of like scroll through, pick anybody that X1 at random.
Chad Dotson.
Ooh, Chad Chatterson, bro. Get a hold of us. What you guys are gonna do is what we're gonna be giving away is any liquid from the fountain line, guys. So pick, either you got your coated, you got your blast off, or your cherry white. Those are the three flavors out of that line, and you can pick any one of those out of those three, and we'll send them out to you. And then next time we're gonna let you guys kind of sample some of the different juices that OPMH has. So this month we're gonna do the fountain. Next month we might be doing the real deal custard. We might be doing some Watson. So definitely stay tuned for that. And of course, we can go ahead and round it up now. Big shout outs to all you guys once again. Make your way over to Vape Malone's channel. Go show them some support, and stay tuned for Amigos & Co. And then we'll be back here on Monday, guys. As always, positive vibes, crisp by fives, and let's just vape on, homies.
Safe.